Hello, this is Paul with the Oaken Knight. Welcome back for our turn 5 playthrough of Holland 44. Right now we've got a night turn coming up. There's no weather roll on a nice turn. We have no artillery that needs resupply. The only artillery needing resupply for the Allies is airborne, and that doesn't resupply at night. So we're up to the bridge phase, and we do have a few bridges that are going to repair because the Germans have at least 4 intervening hexes between the German unit and the bridge, and that will be automatic bridge repair even without a bridging unit. And as you can see, we have 3 bridges that are now repairing under the automatic repair rule. We have this guy here, and probably most importantly, the Saône River Bridge that was blown early in the game. So that's where we're at. The next thing we need to do is air landings. There are no air landings, so we're up to the Allied movement phase. Let me go offline and I'll show you the results of the movement. Okay, we're done with the Allied turn 5 movement. We see a continued push back to the canal. We're starting to get within sight of it at the south end. And over in the more central area, we have more force coming to bear, but not quite enough to actually do anything. The problem here is that these are nothing but armor there, and the bridge is blown, and they can't cross that canal. We need some more infantry over there, and we just don't have it right now. They're coming up, but they're not there yet. But we have managed an attack over in this kind of in-between area. If this works, we could end up coming up behind the city, which would be almost as good, because that will pretty much spell its doom if we manage to knock this unit back and do some damage. The 101st is continuing to stay bucked up to the forces along the west edge, and right now, again, not too much activity other than just some pushing and threatening, but not quite enough force in any one spot to do anything. Part of the issue is that the airborne artillery does not resupply at night, and so if we had that, we could do something. But without it, and without sufficient aircraft to do anything, there's just not enough odds. There's not enough percentage in actually pursuing an attack there. Just keeping them back from the road is good enough. The Guards Armored Division is actually making great headway. They're pushing down Hell's Highway. They had a pretty open road, and you can see they've made it a good far away. The leading elements are just about up to the Grave River Bridge, and from there it is just a quick move over to engage at Nijmegen. Turn 5 is the last time that the Allied paratroopers are guaranteed to be in supply for their attacks, so we're willing to accept this 2-to-1 attack into one of the hexes in Nijmegen. Very shortly, the 30th Corps will go ahead and make contact and open up the supply line, and the paratroopers will be able to attack at full strength once again, but I just want to try the 2-to-1 attack, see what we can do. Over here, there's really nothing happening offensively with the British paratroopers, and frankly, until the end of the game, there's probably not going to be any more offense over here for the paratroopers. They're just going to get knocked around, and that's just what's going to happen. They have to survive. That's their mission, and hopefully the 30 Corps can get there soon enough to do what they need to do to relieve them. All right, we're done with the movement. There are a couple combat rounds here. Let's go ahead and take care of that. With the Nijmegen area, we have a 1 to 2. So let's say, or excuse me, a 2 to 1. So let's take a look at what that's going to do. Roll the die. We get a 4 on 2 to 1, and we get an A1DR. Now that's a new one. So the attacker actually takes a hit. The defender has to roll if he wants to stay, and certainly he does. So we've got normal units, not elite units, but normal units in the city. So it is it's 2 chances in 3 of staying. So we need a 3 or better to stay. But hey, it's a die roll. It's a good thing. So let's give it a shot. 6. Well, that'll put an exclamation mark after that, won't it? 6. There are no losses, and they stay. So the net result is 1 paratrooper dies, and the Germans stay put. All right, and we have the 1 attack over this way. There we go. So let's go ahead and do it at 3 to 1. 3 to 1 coming. 5, that's not bad. 3 to 1, 5, A1, D1. All right, so this guy takes a loss. The allies get to pick who takes the loss. Why don't we do it on the tank? Let's just do that guy. Alrighty. Part of it is that airborne do not get to have, there are no replacements for airborne, so I don't want to take it on them. And I don't want to take it on the infantry. I kind of like having strong infantry, so we took it on the tank instead. All right, the German has to roll to stay where he is. So, I think, oh boy, this is a tough one. We don't want him to die, and we don't want him to go. He is in a town, not a city. It would be considered other. He has no artillery. He is not a low quality unit. He would have. It's a 50-50 shot. Also a 50-50 shot that he'll just die, so this isn't worth it. We got to keep this guy alive. I think the best thing we can do, is we can't afford to lose this road because it leads right to victory hexes. So this guy's got to fall back this way and open up the road. We're going to have to give up on the canal, it looks like, because it's getting flanked. We'll see. Maybe we can salvage it with some reinforcements. But right now, it does not look good in this area for the Germans. All right, that's the combat round for turn 5. For the Allies, we have recovery. I'll pick up the markers, supplies, and that's it for turn 5 for the Allies. All right, we're up to the German movement phase. There were no other actions that they could do prior to the movement phase. The only thing that I did is I had forgotten to do an advance after combat with the British victory over in this area, so I went ahead and did that to make the Germans even more concerned about getting flanked over by their city. All right, we're up to the German move. I'm going to take care of that and come back to you. The Germans have completed their move, and what I'm showing you here is the eastern flank of the corridor that's being created as the 30th Corps advances. What we see here is the the Germans have continued to fall back to the river line. They've reinforced the line. They still have not gotten anything more into Helmond. It just seems to be in an inconvenient place, and unfortunately, they had to divert this guy who would have gotten there. But we've got problems on the flank now that this guy got kicked back in the last move. And the worst of it is, if that's not bad enough, with these bridges that were captured last turn, I believe, have created an open road to continue to reinforce the flank attack. So I don't think the Germans are going to do very well over here this time. It's going to be too easy for the Allies to maneuver. And if that's not bad enough for the Germans, the Allies have punched through and they're running free down the center of the board, down Hell's Highway. They're almost to the Grave River Bridge, and nothing the Germans can do about that. The only thing they've done down this way is that same attack they tried last turn. They're going to try it again as these guys try to get in the game down on the 406 zone near Nijmegen. And finally, we actually got the artillery. We're starting to get artillery over here, and we're going to be able to attack Colonel Frost in Arnheim. This will be the first time. It's going to be at a 3-to-1 odds, and we keep this up. I think it's just a matter of time before he gives way. We'll see how this goes. We might as well start here. It's now the combat phase, and let's give it a go. 3-to-1. A 6. Oh, that's not good. That's a D1. So that further reduces Frost. With that 3-to-1 attack that resulted in a D1, Frost is immediately down to a remnant, and he has to roll to see if he can even stay there at that. Frost has a determined defense that he has to perform on the determined defense table. He's in a city, he is elite, so he's going to get a -1 for his eliteness. I'm seeing is the artillery 1, 2, 3. The artillery's too far, so he'll blow it on a 1. Other than that, he will stay there, although there's a possibility he will be eliminated in the attempt. Let's see what happens. 2. A 2 with his eliteness goes up to a 3. Well, The good news is that he gets to stay. The bad news is he takes another hit, and he is now eliminated. So the Germans have eliminated Colonel Frost. They've taken the other end of Arnhem Bridge, and the road to Nijmegen is open for however many reinforcements they choose to get over there. The other thing of note when that happens is that the losses for the Allies figure directly into victory points. So as they lose units, it makes it that much harder for them to win by crossing other units over to the 1st Airborne. So the job just got a little harder. That was worth basically 2 victory points, eliminating a 3-point unit. Go ahead and do some advances here. Life is good for the Germans right now, in this area anyway. The rest we'll figure out what to do with them in their move. But they've done very, very well indeed over here. And we have the one kind of junky attack here, which is going to be a 3-to-1 with basically units that really don't matter all that much. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. 3-to-1, 5. That would be an A1D1, so that is an attritional result. It pounds down the Allied paras a little bit. It pounds down the junk infantry that the Germans have. It'll require a die roll if he wants to stay. I think he's going to go. No sense in chancing more losses if he doesn't have to. All right, so Germans have advanced, and they have one more attack. I see up here. One last attack. Let us go ahead and take care of this. It's 3-to-1 with the help of some artillery. 6. D1. All right. The airborne unit takes a loss. It is down to remnant. All right, here's your remnant, and certainly this is not worth fighting for, so let's pull back the 2 hexes. This guy can advance 1. We're going to let him do his advance. And we can see now that the German force has started to arrive, they're actually able to do some things, cause some headaches for the Allies. And in the case of Arnhem, they've done something substantial. So this will be interesting. The Allies are doing well with 30 Corps, although they have not taken Nijmegen yet. And the Germans have done well at Arnhem. So we're going to see how this all works out over the next couple turns. All right, we're into the recovery phase, supply phase. All that is, there's really not much to do there. Picking up counters and stuff, I can deal with that without filming it. We have the traffic, so we're going to pop down 2 more traffic counters, and I think we've got since we have all of this going on out here, we gotta start putting traffic down. It's got to be behind the lead unit, so I can't put it on the Grave Bridge, but I certainly can put it. Whoops, that'd be an airplane. That's the wrong kind. I certainly can put a traffic marker in these 2 locations to try to slow down more of the lead elements that are trying to push forward. Let me roll the 2 dice and see which ones pick up. I got a 1 and a 5. Well, the 2 lead ones are safe. I got a 1 and a 5 here. And incidentally, there's still the marker way back towards the entry area of the 30th Corps. I've never rolled a 3, and so it's going to sit there until I do, and that's how it works. All right, that's all. Thank you for watching, and I will come back again, and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.